Good evening, and welcome to Having a Drink with MINK, the only show to consistently blow a 0.10% on the BAC meter. I'm your host, Jason Mink. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see ya. We have a lot of fun lined up. I hope you have a nice beverage ready. Let's get right to it. And what's that? My new shirt? That's right. It's the latest. It's the old guys who like old comics tie-dye. It's Freedom Rock, brother, and you know that it's all right to turn it up. Larry, can we get a montage? Here's the glorious montage of me rocking my summer wear. That's right, summer is here, and you too can get one of these fantastic old guys who like old comics tie-dyes. They come in two varieties. We have the glorious multicolor that I'm wearing right now, and then we also have shellhead orange and yellow, modeled by our very own Dennis Miller. That's right. These wonderful tie-dyes are only available at the Old Guys Who Like Old Comics swag shop. You can find the link right there below. Ooh-hoo-hoo. But there's even more, that's right. Because I not only ordered one of these wonderful tie-dyes, but I got a few other things as well. And I'm excited to be able to share them with you right now. So, what's in the bag, Johnny? Well, right off the bat, we have the classical. That's right. The first, perhaps the best, the original. That's the Old Guys Who Like Old Comics classical tee in heather gray. This is the Comfort Fit, baby, and this is the first one we offered. Remains a favorite of mine. I wore my original out, and so I got myself a copy. Right here, a brand new version of this tee, which very excited to be wearing, and retire my old version, perhaps have it made into a pillow or something like that. And not only that, but I also have a wonderful version of this. This is special when lit, and gosh, I know I'm special when lit. And this is a design that I created. You can only find at the Old Guys Who Like Old Comics swag shop. Not old comics related, but nonetheless, very stylish for one of those days when you want to mix things up. That's right, there's 3 new shirts that you can check out over at the swag shop. So if you have the opportunity, head on over there. Every t-shirt, every mug, every item that you buy goes towards keeping this dog and pony show on the road. That's right, and we went on the road earlier this week, hit a little flea market, a pop-up flea market that appeared in downtown Pittsburgh, and while I didn't find any old comics, I did find a few items that I thought I would share with you, the curious viewer. Right off the bat, we have the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. Here rechristened the Bonzo Dog Band because apparently they wanted to be taken a little more seriously. And this is the American release, Urban Spaceman. Originally, let me consult my notes here. This album was known as the Donut in Granny's Greenhouse, which is a semi-risky, statement, if you know that sort of kind of bog humor from over there across the pond. That's right, but we'll take it out of its protective wrapper so you can enjoy the glory of the Bonzos unfettered. I wish you could smell it. And then we have this wonderful back cover here, and it tells us the album selections in a nice semi-illegible pink font. And because it's the 70s, well, you just know there's going to be a killer gatefold. That's right, so roll your doobies up in here, folks. Even better than that, this thing came, and I had no idea, with this epic book. What the hell would you call it? An additional packaged item, a bonus, if you will. And what is it? We got all kinds of wonderful. There we go. all sorts of very, very cool stuff. Oh, hey, here's Vivian cutting up with a stuffed pig, as you do. That's right. So, yeah, the Bonzos, folks. If you're not hip to the Bonzos, by all means, what are you waiting for? You can check out some Bonzo Dog Doodah Band on YouTube. If you've ever seen the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour, well, they happen to have a cameo in that as well, playing a song that went on to inspire a very popular band of the late 90s, Death Cab for Cutie. But there's nothing like the original. Speaking of an original, we have Sun Ra. And here is The Sound of Joy. And this is an interesting LP because apparently this is a reissue of some earlier material from the Sun Ra band from the 1950s. But certainly looking forward to that. It's got your typically dense text on the back, gives you something to read while you're listening to the album. Absolutely. It's The Sound of Joy, Sun Ra and his orchestra. And then wrapping things up in the vinyl department, it's Closing Time. And we have Tom Waits, that's right. And it's a promo. Nice little handy-dandy indicator right there. Promo, not to be sold. And these are your suggestions if you're going to play it on the radio. I would disregard those. I would actually suggest you play Grapefruit Moon, which is one of my favorite Tom Waits songs, for sure. Really hits me where I live. That's right. Right down there on Kentucky Avenue. Another of my favorite Tom Waits songs. Okay, but enough about that sort of thing. Gosh, who tuned in for that? I certainly didn't. Next up, and we have some original art that was sent our way from Old Guys Who Like Old Comics member and Yeet contributor Kent Clark. And it is, of course, Storm Owl. That's right, this fantastic pen and ink piece was sent my way. Thank you so much, Kent. I truly appreciate this. I can't wait to hang this up on the wall of the Old Guys Who Like Old Comics studio. And speaking of Storm Owl, that's right, baby, it's Storm Owl number 6, appearing in Yeet Presents number 43. That's artwork by Eric Luna Salazar, a story by myself, but oh, that's not all you get, no sir, because you also get this fantastic Susie Steam story. That's right, art and story by Shane Luttrell, who's really amping things up in this issue. I really enjoyed this particular story a lot. It was very cool, and then not only that, but there's a third story as well in here. This is Flare It Up from Nick M. and Moonlight, featuring the fiery vigilante Solar Flare. That's right, it could only be Yeet Presents. How do you get a copy of Yeet Presents? Well, you just follow the link below, of course. It's really just that easy. All right, pop that back on in there. Next up, what do we have? Well, we have a wonderful package from Eric Muller. Thank you so much, Eric. I was over the moon to receive this. I can't wait to see what is inside. I have no idea. That's right. So, Stabby Joe, we'll avail ourselves of his services. And this is a very interesting box. Not even really... Oh, okay, there we go. I was going to say, I'm not even really sure how to open this guy. But it may take a moment. So, well, let's just cut away once I've opened it, shall we? Let's cut away, Larry. Okay, it was easier than I thought. And what do we have inside here? All right. Packing material, of course. And we have this enigmatic-looking wrapped package. What could this possibly be? 2 pieces of cardboard, and within it, well, it's taped closed. It looks like Stabby will need you back again. We'll be oh so careful, because gosh, this is taped right to the ding-danged edge there. Oh my word. There we go. All right. And so, wow, oh, cool. fantastic. This is a beautiful sketch by Eric featuring no less than Spidey himself. Eric Muller after Steve Ditko. That is absolutely beautiful. What a knockout. Thank you so much, man. I had no idea I was going to have 2 original pieces of artwork to show in this issue. But apparently that's not all, because there's something else in here as well. What could this possibly be? I couldn't tell you. So, once again, I guess we should never let Stabby go far, because you never know when you're going to need to employ his services. We'll cut this on open here. Could it be? What could it be? Oh, ha ha! Fantastic! All right. If you watch this channel, you know that I am a big fan of the Mego action figure. And Mego has recently returned. After 40 years of not being a company, they are a company again, and they're reissuing the action figures that we all remember so well. And here is the 2-pack, the Mirror Mirror 2-pack. That's right. Kirk in his glorious green shirt, and Mr. Spock with his goatee. And these are epic. Like I said, I have a number of Star Trek Fellows, but I do not have these. Thank you once again, Eric. That is phenomenal. I am over the moon. I can't wait to add these to the collection. All right. Let me clear the detritus away here. Put those there. We will put this here. Put this there. I think we're done with Stabby, so we'll set Stabby aside here. Now, some of you may have noticed that the Hulk is with me. Speaking of Megos, that's right. We're going to wrap things up by taking a look at some of Marvel's Hulk magazines from the 1970s. Now, as a kid, these were a source of fascination to me, of course. I'd seen the comic books. I had the action figure. I chewed the bubble gum. I collected the trading cards in which we got the bubble gum, because I'm not saying there was specifically a Hulk bubble gum. If there was, I don't remember it. But if there was, well, I'm sure that it would be gamma-tastic for sure. But what did I do with those ding-dang? Oh, there they are. And here we are. That's right. No slabs. I've even taken them out of the bag so we can enjoy them in their raw state. We have Rampaging Hulk #1. That's right. It's all new, folks. Happy to have a #1 in my collection. Somehow I always came in late. I always started with 13 or 27 or something like that. But the story by Doug Monick and art by Walt Simonson and Alfredo Alcala. And that's dynamite. I remember seeing advertisements for this in comics and thinking, wow, you know, very cool retro style Hulk. This was back in the day before he'd gone back to being gray. So to be able to get those early style Hulk adventures was very, very cool. And now these stories took place between The Incredible Hulk #6 and his run in Tales to Astonish. Theoretically, granted, there were some issues. Characterization wasn't quite spot on, and in those comics, Hulk wore a pair of tight-fitting purple shorts as opposed to these raggedy purple things. But, you know, those minor differences aside, we were able to experience some very cool stories that imagine what would have happened in that time period that we might have missed, or Walt Simonson artwork. And this is when Hulk tangled with Namor. That's right, the Submariner. Lo, the Submariner strikes. And at this point, the book began in black and white. Some of you may remember it being in color, and you're not wrong. No, sir. Who do we have here? Keith Pollard is now penciling. And we're continuing those classic stories. Then we have the awesome strength of the Green Goliath was useless on the night of the Soul Eater. And that's a dynamic cover. Very cool. I always love when Marvel crosses over with horror. And, well, Hulk versus an eyeball monster in a swamp? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll give that an 8 out of 10. Speaking of 10 out of 10, well, it could only be the Rampaging Hulk. And this is number 9, featuring a remarkable cover by Earl Norem. Earl Norem, a well-known painter. He did a number of covers for not only Marvel, but men's magazines, spicy men's magazines back in the day. If you have a few of those, look at them. They might actually feature some work from old Earl. And this is a wonderful Avengers cover. Here they are trucking the Hulk back to the Avengers compound, I guess, to make cocktails. And he's all frozen up in the ice there. And then we have Hulk number 11. And remember what I said about color? That's right. Now it's in full color. Before, it was just in green. It's Marvel's TV smash. And this issue heralds the beginning. Some more wonderful Walt Simonson artwork. Not only the beginning of the book being in color, but being contemporaneous with not the Hulk stories of the comic, but the show itself. It was meant to represent the further adventures of the Hulk as seen on the CBS television show. And then here we have number 12. That's right. The Color of Hate. The Hulk's weirdest challenge. And then we also have some Moon Knight. That's right, for all you Moon Knight fans. Definitely want to look in some of the weirder places for those secondary characters. You never know where a Moon Knight, a Ghost Rider, or a Punisher is going to show up in the 1970s, that's for sure. I remember buying this one from a flea market. I paid a little more for it than usual, but what a cover, huh? That is an absolute knockout. Love that. And that is also by Earl Norem. That's right, except no substitutes. And here's more of Mr. Hulk, and he's hulking out right there in the middle of the city. And check that out. The kid always wanted to meet the Hulk, but I guess he didn't realize quite what that would entail. And then we have number 22, and this one, well, looks a little fantastic to be representing the television show. Are we still in that area? No, it looks as though we have transitioned past the television show and once again back into the world of comic-style adventure. The Hulk magazine would last until issue 27. Here's issue 26. I don't have the final issue, but I do have this to illustrate that once again, right at the end, the magazine went back to the black and white format. I guess the color just didn't sell all that well. You know, Marvel was trying a lot of different things in the late 1970s, and some of them did well, and some of them, well, not so much. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode, this varied episode, all kinds of different stuff going on in here. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you this Sunday for Comics for Breakfast. I'm Jason Mink, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.